Hello to all you junk journal cool kids out there. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And I'm sorry to be a little bit late. Usually I go live at 9 p.m. on the dot. But tonight my computer just, I don't know, I didn't want to go live. So I had to restart, but here we are. We are going to be making scrap paper cardstock junk journal covers. I did this before, but I want to do this for my new collection that uses a certain paper pads. Hi, Patricia. Welcome, welcome. As you guys know, I do go live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, doing all sorts of different junk journal related things. So if that's what you're into, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, I'm working on my 2019 junk journal collection, spring junk journal collection, and I'm using certain paper pads, not this one right here, but I'm using certain paper pads. Hi, Vicky. Earlier today, I made this cover here, and I wrapped it up tonight. And I made this one live also, and I did wrap this one up tonight, or live earlier today. So I need to start working. I'm going to have some of these. So they're all sorts of different size of books that are going to be in this collection. And also I'm going to have some that are cardstock covers. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be essentially doing this kind of cover, which is just a piece of cardstock that is very heavily sewed on top of, and you just fold it in half and you put your paper down the middle, and that is your cover. Here I did this again live, I believe sometime like a month ago, maybe now, maybe a couple weeks back. I did this one, and this is cardstock that actually this was sewed onto fabric, and then the fabric was heat and bonded to cardstock. So that was a technique for this one. And I might still heat and bond the back of this because it's going to be all lumpy like this, which I'm not sure if I like. So I might heat and bond maybe some tissue paper on it so that way you don't feel it like all like that and you can't pull the strings. So that's probably going to be the idea that's going to be happening today. And I am working with a piece of scraps that I ripped up from a couple paper pads. Let me show you what they are. They are Spring and Bow by Recollections, as well as English Rose Garden, also by Recollections. So those are the two paper pads that I'll be working with, as well as, oops, I gotta sneeze, as well as Solid Rose Gold's Matte Stack from DCWB, which just has some really pretty textured paper. I really don't want to cut this up because I can only imagine how much glitter is going to fall off. But this is pretty much gone, and I might have to get another one. But here we go. We have a bunch of scraps here, and then we have our gold and our pretty scraps right here. And so I'm just going to be starting off with just a piece of white cardstock. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lori. Hi, Jay Dobales. And who else is here? Kat's here, and everybody's here. Awesome. Good to see everybody here. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so we are just going to start. I have white thread in here and white thread in the bobbin. So I'm just going to start pulling out scraps. They all kind of coordinate, so we don't need to be picky. And I'm just going to start by sewing down the middle. Now, if some of the pieces are uneven like this, you do want to move off to the side, and we can cut them off a little bit later. And I'm just going to start by sewing. Oh, okay, making sure my tension is good because I did do different things earlier. So we are going to be, maybe this light is too much because you can't even see the mint green. Okay, so I'm going to be using the zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. Oh, and I didn't show off my sewing machine. My sewing machine is the Brother Project Runway CE1125PRW. And we are just going to be using simple stitches, though, because sometimes it does break the paper, and that kind of gets on my nerves. So simple stitches, just straight and zigzag. You guys know how I am. So I'm just going to sew down the middle. And then before it ends, I lift up the foot, reach in for a new piece of paper, and put it down. And then we're going to keep on sewing. Near the end, pick up your foot, grab another piece here. And this one I actually want to move over just a little bit because it's a little bit smaller. There we go. Then I'm also going to do some extra stitching soon enough on the edges. So let's keep going down this pattern. I'm literally just reaching into my bag and grabbing something. I kind of don't like that though. Let me grab something shiny for the first one. And I'm just going to cover this little line up here with this paper. Just going to overlap it. And sewing down the middle with the zigzag. Before I end, I pick up and I will grab another piece of paper here. Let's see what I want. I'm trying not to be picky, but at the same time, I'm only human, you know? Okay, pick it up. And I could put these little butterflies up here. Why not? It's so cute. Okay. So there we go. This is what we have so far. We're gonna even it out later. So there are some pieces that are kind of over the actual piece of cardstock, but we will fix that soon enough. So let me get my extra thread, cut it off because that gets on my nerves. And let's keep this going. I kind of want to start even midway through so that way it's almost like bricks, you know? You kind of want to have a space so they don't all look the same. Trying to kind of layer a little bit. There's so much paper selection. I should be able to get all sorts of different papers. So that's what I'm trying to look through my stash here. And we can move it a little bit if it's not in the middle of the next strip. Okay, lift our little foot up. And let's grab another piece of something. Here it is. This will look pretty. And then we need to end it with something. So why don't we get something shiny? I know I have some really tiny pieces here. Let's do this piece right here. It's really shiny. Some pretty foil there. Okay. I'm just going to give this a little trim. I didn't make it entirely straight, but I'm just going to trim it off just a bit so it's not too much. Okay, so let's move on to the next line, which will be this one right here. Lift it up and let's do something else. Here's a little short piece of glitter that would look cute. Okay, and then here I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay, lift up the foot. And let's do this piece right here, which is really pretty. Then we've come to the end here, so let's stick another short piece here. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Eula. Hi, Erin. And Suzanne is here. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. Here's what we're doing today. So far, this is what this looks like. It just looks like a big old mess, but it's going to look really cute. We're going to do some extra sewing. We are not done by any means, but it's going to look real cute, real cute. Just give it a moment. It's gonna transform. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna work down the middle, sewing, and then let's lift our little foot up. Let's put something else down. We do need to move the foot. Here we go. To the middle of this one. And then put get some more of these butterflies. I'd rather do it on the other side though. And let's get this in here. And we got a little piece at the end. I could do a little bit of purple, switch it up just a little bit. Oh wait, I want to do this right here. The little butterfly. That would be cute. Yes, I'm doing patchwork. That'd be another way to describe this, I suppose. Again, I'm just cutting off all the big pieces. Not trying to make it straight by any means, but just cutting them off so that I can keep working. Otherwise, it'll be so long. Oh my god, I need chapstick, but I don't know where it is. Oh, I know. I see it. I see it. And some water. And a chapstick break. 1 second. Okay. Oh, we need something glittery. So, we can do the pillowy paper. Right here. Okay, so here's another piece that's good. Just trying to make it a little bit more even and not so crooked. Okay. Let's lift this up because we have to move it to the middle of this strip now. Okay. I have so many pieces of different thing I could put down, so let's try not to get stumped already. We gotta put a short piece of something. Let's see, I'm just looking through my little baggie of goodies here. Oh, this pink would look cute. Let's finish it. Okay. That looks nice. Yes, I like it so far. What do you guys think? I'm almost done with this one. It's not even, this is a really quick project. I still have to go through it and kind of stitch it up just a tiny bit more. But I really like it so far. Let's start this off even shorter. So it's kind of like bricks. You kind of want to do some long, some short. You know how bricks aren't all straight? They're kind of stacked a little bit off-centered and does this whole thing. Okay, so let's lift this up. This would be perfect for you in the morning, Janet. Perfect morning project. Let's do this piece now. And then I have this nice blue. It's a little different. Let's do that. And again, I'm going to cut these ends off. Not trying to make it even yet, but just trying to make it easier to work with. Okay, so this looks really pretty so far and really nice with the coordinating paper pads, of course. So let's start off with the little sparkle. Oh, I haven't used this hollow paper yet. Hollow paper is everything, of course. Right there, so beautiful next to that gold. I freaking love it. I could be working on the other side already. I probably should. But we'll see, we'll see. more scrappy doos that we got. Some of this gold, the purple, it's a little bit different. Why not? And let's end it with some sparkle. Right here. It looks pretty all the way down, almost done. Start it over here on this side now. Look at this paper. Haven't used that yet. I'm going to use some more of this butterfly paper. Where's that gold with rose on it? I have all sorts of scraps. I just didn't take them all out, so it's hard to see what I got. It's hard to see. I'm just trying to... I was going to say I'm just going to keep them all in there, but, you know, I guess I'm not. There might be too much pink there. Ah, yes. Here's one I haven't used. I had to sneeze. All right, I'm going to start donations for a robot nose so I don't sneeze anymore. So if you guys want to donate to my robot nose fund, I'm going to start I'm going to start a Venmo account. Ah, this is what I was looking for, this pink with the rose on the top. It's pretty. Too bad I got to use it at the end. I have to make it shorter. Let's see here. Okay, let me open it up. Stick something else underneath, but let's not do that one because we already have that one. Ooh, let's do this one. This one's different. Now we're down to the very, very bottom of the paper. Let's see. It's green. Oh. There's that teal with gold. Oh my gosh. This could look cute actually. And at the very end, I'll put this pillowy pink here. Okay. So here's the first cover. Oh wait, I still have to do extra stitching. Right, so here's the first cover. It's messy and it's like too big for the cardstock, so we'll fix that eventually. Actually, let me fix that now. So let me get all these scraps out the way. Let's see. It's already taken 20 minutes, but here we're gonna go. We're gonna do it. Okay. 1 second though. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. So I want to make it even before I start to sew because it's going to drive me crazy. I can already tell. So I'm just going to get my cutter out and I'm just going to even out the edges here. Just a little bit. I can see where I need to cut. Okay, so that cut it off real good. It might not cut off the thread, but it cuts everything else off, so that's great. Okay, real easy. And right there. And right here. Oh, I moved it, I think. Gosh darn it. Just want to make sure it's even. And I usually like to make my covers the size of cardstock anyway, so this kind of just works out. Okay, so here's my cover now, but I need to do a little extra sewing because I don't want it to like come out like this. You see how all these pieces are coming out? I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna sew everywhere pretty much where there isn't where there's an edge, so I can make sure that it doesn't come out that way. So I'm just going to use straight stitch to kind of do that for me. So everywhere in between, I'm going to do a straight stitch. Move this off to the side because it's getting in my way. Get these off. Okay. Get these edges down. It doesn't have to be straight. It's okay if it goes crooked. It's a junk journal, you know? It's okay. Let's do another straight line here. Just like that. Hi, Sandra. Welcome. This looks so pretty. I'm going to make another one. As soon as I'm done with this one. That looks pretty good. Only little amounts are coming out. So let's do this again. Try to make sure to go on the very edge of the paper so that they don't pop out. So I take several stitches. Should probably use a zigzag here instead of the straight stitch. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably use a zigzag stitch on the next batch. Okay, let's get all these extra hairs off here. So there we go. It has a couple extra stitches there, if you can tell. Kind of gives it a look that I like. Here we go. Moving it along, trying to make sure that these top parts don't come out. But it might take a couple stitches to do that. I'm working with straight stitch. You could do fancy stitches. However, that's just not what I'm doing right now. Just trying to be quick here. And fancy stitches tend to do more holes than just a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch. And so I don't like that because sometimes that ends up like splitting your cardstock, which means you basically can rip your cardstock in half by like sewing through it too much. Okay, that looks good. You see all the lines I've been doing? This is a lot of stitching here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do this other bit here, right here, right here, right here. I do kind of a straight stitch, and then I go closer to the edges the next time I go around, because sometimes, see, like this edge starts up here. There we go. And it was kind of crooked, so I kind of had to move along with it. My bobbin is almost out. I have plenty more. That looks really cute. Now let's switch over to this side just to make it a little easier to work with. Trying to get close to the edges here. Sometimes you miss it, and that's okay. We'll do it on the next line. Like right here. Well, let's see what we're doing over here. Okay, just a little bit closer to it. Because I want to get this line over here. Okay. Then we want to do one more line because we want to get this part right here that I didn't get. So, let's see this needle. You okay, babe? Okay, just checking on you. Okay, let's see here. Just making sure he's not asleep on the couch. Right. Okay, we got to do this part right here. That looks so pretty. Yeah, I'll probably do pink thread on the next one. Doing a little bit of a variety. So I do have some light pink I could work with. And now let's do this edge right here. HSN is showing off crafting stuff off and on through Wednesday starting at 5 a.m. EST. Even if I'm not going to buy anything, I still like to watch to get ideas. Ooh, very cool. I heard they're on YouTube. I mean, that's awesome. I gotta check them out then. You can't get the pedal action down. Well, you know, it's like driving a car. It just takes, you know, practice to know what pressure makes the speed go up faster or lower. And every machine is different. But I'd say it's like driving. You know, you push down a little bit more, it goes faster. You ease up on it, and it slows down. But again, it takes practice. It does. And sometimes it happens to me, like my foot will be heavy, I don't know, and I'll go zoom, and I'll mess up. It happens. That's how cars end up through buildings. It happens. Okay. Making sure nothing, now you can see nothing kind of lifts up. It's all flat when I go like this. Over here where I haven't sewn, it does kind of curve up. Oops. I almost messed it up. Okay, we're almost down to the bottom. We can almost start up a new one. But isn't that pretty so far? I'm almost done. I'm down to over here. So, just going to do another straight stitch down this here just because. And now let's go to the edge here. That's my bobbin. It's probably out. Okay, let's change out this bobbin before it dies on us. Nope. It should still be good. Never mind. It just looks like it. Sometimes it starts making that sound, though, when it's almost about to quit. Isn't that pretty? With all the pastels. And there's some purples scattered about, but mostly pastels. Let's do another line right here. This area needed some extra attention right there. It kind of lifts, but now it's good. Yep. Now, let's do this line. We're down to the very bottom. Thank you, Patricia. Hi, Carol. I've had a lot of practice with this sewing machine. It's been about, I don't know, I guess I've had this sewing machine for going on 3 years now. I mean, not this exact one, but I've been using my sewing machine for about 3 years. And just, you know, practice helps me out. I'm no expert at all, but practice does help. Okay, so here is our cover. I'm all done with it. I will put heat and bond on it, and I will probably use some tissue paper on the back. So we'll probably do that at the very end when we do the next one. But here is our ended, finished cover. Again, we just fold it in half, and you can stitch down the middle and whatever your preferred method is for binding the covers. So thumbs up if you like easy projects for your junk journals, such as this cover, and you are enjoying this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me get another piece of cardstock. Okay, so here's my other piece of white cardstock, and we're just gonna do this whole thing all over again. Let's do it. So, wow, I'm even starting it off with the same color. Let's do something different. Start it off with this one. Okay, so again, I'm gonna start off by going down the middle. Actually, this one I'm gonna go down the middle with the straight stitch, and I'm gonna put down the edges with the zigzag, so because that might be easier. So let's just try that. We're gonna do straight stitch down the middle, and let's pick another piece of paper here. Oh, I'm doing it differently. Okay, I guess we're doing this one vertically. I don't know why I started. Okay, whatever. I started doing this one this way. Whoops. Okay, I guess it will be different then. I just noticed, like, wow. That's funny. Okay, I guess this one we're it just happened. I don't know. I don't know. That's just what it's gonna have to be. It's gonna be a little different, this one. Let's do this amount of it. Why not? Let's just do this one just different. Not the original plan, but we can improvise. I'm good at going with the flow. I can go with the flow. Let's do the next one. Try not to get down on myself over mistakes, because you know it happens to everybody. Like, oh my god, okay, so today I was like a little bummed out because, you know, like I've been saying, like when I get these lights and at night, like I get these like little bugs that I don't know, they're like little gnats, and they're really like annoying, right? And I was like really bummed out about it. Like the craziest thing to be bummed out about, but I was like, man, that sucks, you know. And then I saw the latest like press conference, the latest White House press conference, right? Or they were at the White House filming something, and a freaking bug came on the screen. I was like, oh my god, the White House has bugs. Like, okay, it happens everywhere. And it really made me feel better. I was like, well, you can't say nothing because the White House has bugs too. I'm like, all right, I'm not doing so bad then. It's not the worst. These pieces might have to be shorter than even the other ones I was doing. Oh, well. That's what I'm saying. Even the White House, girl. Ah! That whole line, none of it was sewed down. That's hilarious. Hi, Rhonda. Nice of you to join us. I had just had those white bobbins. What did I do with those white bobbins? Hang on. I just made them. What did I do with them? That's insane. I wrapped them up and everything. They were all cute. And now, where are they? Crazy. Okay, here they are. I found them. They're underneath the sewing machine. I got these little things here that hold my thread on there. Super cute. Got them on eBay. I mean, Amazon. I didn't want to wait for eBay. eBay was like $1 or $2 cheaper, and I just didn't want to wait. So we got it loaded. Everybody's here. Okay. So we were supposed to start it this way, but we started going this way. I don't know. It happens, you guys. It happens. Okay, so let's do it again all over. Why not? We're doing straight stitch here. Going with this short piece here. And then this piece over here. Okay, that looks good. Hey, April. Just seen you. Just saw ya. We had to improvise because I messed up, but nobody will ever know. Unless they watch my live video. Mistakes happen, you guys, to everybody, okay? Even the White House. Like I said about that bug story. Specifically, I'm not trying to get political. I'm talking about a bug. And I'm not talking about anybody in the White House. I'm talking about like an actual bug. I'm not talking about a conspiracy. I'm talking about like a real live bug. Let me clarify. I'm not trying to get political. Let me get this over here. And then we need to put something else up here. Just make it that short. This one's gonna just have such an interesting look that I didn't plan on, but we're going with it. Oh my gosh, maybe you do have twins, April. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 2 Aprils. Oh no, I'm just kidding. April's cool. Okay, let me get this extra thread off. And then start it off with a long piece. Oh, I need more glitter. Yes, I need more glitter. Let's see, some glitter. I don't see any glitter. And that upsets me. Okay, let's do this right here. And then at the very end, I'll put this blue because that's a little bit of a change. Okay. Okay. So then we're going to start it off again with this one. Then lift it up. Go on to the next one. And then to the next one. Okay, so this one is turning out pretty nice. I don't even mind that I messed up. Not that I'll admit it if you ask me if I messed up. I'll never admit it. Right here. It says Versailles. Versailles. Actually, let's do this up here. Okay. Come on. Okay, so let's get this back here. Oh, the thread. There we go. Oh my God, so specific. Ooh, this is gold. Yes, let's do the gold. I don't even care. Okay, so let's see. This looks so pretty. It's going to be this way, but it works. I had something really interesting happen to me today. 2 weeks ago, I canceled my membership on a YouTube channel, and Google asked if they could contact me to ask you questions. They did a video conference with me and gave you a $100 gift card for answering the questions. Hey. Hey, that's what's up. Maybe I should try canceling it too. I've been paying it forever. I want my money back. That's freaking awesome. I meant like I have YouTube Red is what I meant. Okay, let's pick up this part right here. But that's awesome. Just randomly. Okay. That is awesome, though. YouTube can be pretty cool sometimes. Sometimes. Nah, I like YouTube. I'm happy to pay for YouTube. I hate commercials. They drive me crazy. Anywhere I have to pay to not have commercials, they already know me because I will pay. I will pay for no commercial. I'm their perfect customer. Let's see. That's why I don't even watch regular TV. Like, I can't. Just commercials just bother me now since they bothered my husband and then they started bothering me. Now I've gotten peculiar as well. There. Why do you have to pay? Oh, for certain channels to support. I think you have to have like 30,000 subscribers to have a channel membership. I have a channel membership to one YouTube channel just because I really like the content that they put out. And they have like exclusive, what do they call it? Like rewards for being a member, which I like. But more, you know, it's about supporting the channel for them to do what they do and for them to put out more content is mostly why you do it. I remember having to to get up to change the channels. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We are spoiled. Spoiled, and honestly, I don't feel like television should. I don't know. I have this like weird theory. Okay, now we're getting into conspiracy theories. Okay, I have this weird theory that like TV should be free. Like they should give out televisions for free. Because, and TV should all be free. Because the TV channels, they don't care about your $15 a month. They care about that ad money. So they need you to watch TV. So why don't they just give out free televisions? Then we'll all watch TV all the time. And they get their money off their revenue. That's what I'm just saying. Crazy. Hashtag conspiracy theories on Tsunami Rose. Hashtag Tsunami Rose conspiracy theories. I know. I'm going to get contacted by Shane Dawson. Just watch out. Watch out for my next Shane Dawson collab video on conspiracy theories. If you watch the commercials, then I get, well, if you pay for a YouTube membership, I get paid even if you don't watch the ads, which is why I enjoy paying, because I know that I don't have to watch ads and the content creator gets revenue. So either way, even if you watch the ads or if you don't watch the ads and you have a YouTube Red, the YouTube creator gets paid. So that's why I'd happily pay $10 or however much it is. I can't remember how much it is. It's either $10 or $15 a month. And I'm paying all the creators, and I don't feel bad about skipping commercials. So it's a win-win situation for everybody, I feel. We're almost done here. And I know because I have a separate stream revenue for red accounts, which I mean, YouTube tells me when my money comes from red accounts and when my money comes from just regular people watching the ads. And how much do they get paid? I don't know how much they get paid. It's not very much, I'll tell you that right now. I don't make much, but my videos don't get watched tens of millions of times or millions or even 1,000 times. So I don't get paid much. But hey, I'll take it. Ooh, I messed up right here. Let's see if I have to admit it, if I could just fix it. Ooh, I could fix it. All right. I'm just going to pretend this little piece was always meant to be here. And then it's not covering up a bald spot. Yeah. Okay, so we're all done with this cover now. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next steps. So I need to clean up my little mess here. Just give me one moment. Let me put all these little pieces away. I love it. I don't... Red, it was $5 a month. I was only a member. Oh yeah. Some channel, it's different being a channel, having a channel membership and just having a red account and watching channels. But either way, I mean, you're supporting the channel. People can't have members to their channel unless they have 30,000 subscribers. So I'm not there yet. So I can't get money off that. And I really haven't gotten any money off YouTube. I haven't been able to figure out how to get paid. I have a nice little, you know, account there with a nice chunk of change. But I can't figure out how to get paid for some reason. I have AdSense. I don't know. I'll have to look at it again. I don't mind it just being there, accumulating. But it would be nice. Me and my husband have been trying to figure it out the whole time. And I mean, he's very smart. It kind of just leads me in a loop. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. It's just like that. Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. It's definitely not enough to like live on or quit my job over. Not that I would quit my job because I work for myself. But it's there. Oops, I moved the light. Okay, so this is what we have here. And of course, like I said, it's like all the patchwork kind of moves. So I want to make sure and get all that down. So I'm going to use a zigzag stitch here. And we are going to, there's a chick that says she gets paid. I sub to her just to watch it later. Hey. Sometimes I watch those just so maybe I learn something. And I'm going down the middle of the lines here with the zigzag stitch. That should kind of help me avoid. Ah, that's good. That's a lot more efficient than the way I was doing it. So I'm going to zigzag stitch in between all of the layers here, all of the lines. And sometimes I kind of have to stop and move it a little bit. And that's okay. Thank you, Rhonda. Doesn't it look pretty? That looks so pretty. Okay, so here. And now we stop because I have to move it. Move it over here. And that looks good. Right there. Yep. Way more efficient than doing it the other way. Okay. So in this cover, I did a zigzag stitch down the middle of the papers. And then I did a straight stitch to kind of push down the edges so that they don't lift up. That took a long time. Now in this one, I did a straight stitch down the papers and then a zigzag stitch down the edges. So that was a lot smarter. This is going a lot faster. That's good. That's good. There we go. That looks good. YouTube has a studio in LA, and if you're a partner, you can go there and have training and use their facilities. Yeah, it's like at a certain number of subscribers, I believe, you can start going there. I don't know how many, but I know you have to have a certain number of subscribers. But I have seen all sorts of people go there and do that. That'd be awesome. Aren't they? I think these are going to be so pretty. Thank you. Much, much better this way. Much better. The latest way people are making money is using live sales. I watched the Junk Journal shop do 7-hour live this past. I'm certain she raked in hundreds of dollars. I don't know how they would like pay. I don't know how they would invoice people. They probably have to have like other people, you know, invoicing while they're selling. So it sounds like a whole team. Through PayPal, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Just 2 people. Yeah, somebody going live, somebody invoicing. I could see that. I could see that. That's awesome. Oh, and I said I was going to switch it to pink thread, and I didn't. Like, wow. I did not do that at all. Okay, let's move this over here. Are you okay, baby? Still awake? Yeah. Just checking. Okay. This one right here. Right there. And that is the last line. So that looks great. Let's put all these hairs out. So I need to cut them all. But these are our covers. Now, if you don't mind the whole bumpy lumpiness of the background, because it does look like this on the inside. So it's a little, like I said, bumpy, lumpy, what have you. You could always heat embalm another piece of cardstock to the back of it. I think that I'm going to heat embalm some of the actual cardstock from the book into it, probably. So let me see what page I should do. That would be pretty. That would be pretty also. I didn't even use this purple one. Didn't even rip out none of that at all. What should I do on the inside? Maybe this here would look pretty on the inside of it. Yeah, that would look beautiful. This bottom part. And let's see the other one. And this isn't exactly as thick as the cardstock that I used. Let's see. This is, it doesn't say how thick it is, but it's not 65 pounds because that's what my cardstock is. Let's do this one on the inside of the other one. So that would be beautiful with the gold foil. I love it. Okay, is everybody else okay? Somebody says that they hit buffering. Etsy commission is high. Yeah. Well, I've switched over to pattern because for my for what I saw at $2.50, the fees were too high. So I switched over and I love it. Like, for example, like I said, because I sell supplies and I sell them really cheap and I sell so many. Before, for a $25 sale, I used to pay $6 in fees. And that's for various items. If I only sold one item, it'd be cheaper. But like I said, because I sell a volume and I sell a lot of items, it would be a $6 fee for a $25 sale. So now it's a $25 sale and I pay $1. I pay $1 in fees now. So if you can imagine my relief, yeah, it's a big difference. So if I were you, I'd probably go with Etsy pattern. Just because you're still on Etsy, you're not going to show up on Etsy search, but you wouldn't show up on Etsy search if you were on your own website anyways. So there's that you could do. Etsy's great. I love Etsy. I really didn't want to leave Etsy, and the fees are really comparable. Even after they raised them, they were still very comparable to having my own website and actually having to like configure it out and do the whole download. I studied web design, and that just seems like such a task for me. So I really, 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 really like having my Etsy pattern account. One of the reasons. Yep. But for selling junk journals, it's really not the worst because, like I said, I was selling one item for $2.50, and I'm being charged the same fees as somebody who charges $250 for their item. So if you can imagine, my fees are much higher and my profit is much lower that way. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fuse together this on the outside, this on the inside, and on this other cover, I'm gonna fuse it with this on the front, on the back, on the inside. So let me just clear off all these hairs here. They all have to go. I don't know where they're gonna go, but they can't stay here. Party's over. And I'm just doing this because I really don't like the inside here. I don't want to have it exposed. You totally could. I just don't want to myself. Again, you totally could though. Okay. So let me go get out my iron and everything. I'm going to do that whole funky bunch. Before I log off, we're just going to do that part here. Okay. Yeah. I like Etsy. I really, really do. But their fees for my business were not working. Like I said, selling an item for $2.50, paying the same fees as someone who sells their items for $250, it's just not. It's just not economical. But I still wanted to stay on Etsy, you know. I love, love, love Etsy. I know everybody else loves Etsy, so I had to be on Etsy. Okay, so I do need to sew through the edges, but I don't think it's going to be a problem if I use my Heat and Bond red. Because usually on the edge it's fine. So I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna use my Heat and Bond red. Because I don't want to use most of my Heat and Bond purple. Because I might need the Heat and Bond purple. Okay. Let me get this cut up here. Okay, just like that. Oh no. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Okay, here we go. We're good on this one. Now let's do this one. We gotta cut it to size. Okay, yeah, you can glide it. I didn't know if you could. Never tried, but you can glide it. Awesome. I know, right? You're right. I didn't think about that, Rhonda. I never do. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I got more Heat and Bond red over here. Blowing up that Heat and Bond red. Hold on a minute. I gotta blow my nose again. Good night, Amelia. Good night, Amelia. Have a good night. See you next time. Okay. We're going to finish these journals off, or these journal covers. So let's get on that. Let me get my parchment paper. And it has glue right here. Of course it does. Okay. Okay. Here is my Heat and Bond. And actually, I'm going to adhere it to this paper because this is a bit more complex. Okay. Keep it in place. Want to make sure every corner is covered in glue. I could definitely do this with just regular glue, but I just don't want to. I just don't like dealing with the having to wait for it to dry and all that. This is just an easier way of like making your whole project into a big old sticker, basically. Just what I like to see. Just makes my world a whole lot easier. And like I said before, you kind of want to hold it and move and pick up and move. You don't want to glide it like you would to close because it moves around. Once the glue is hot, it's like liquidy, right? So it'll move around. Thank you, Patricia. You're too sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting people know to give me a thumbs up so much, everybody. If you like easy, fun junk journal projects, that's what I do, you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And we're going to continue and carry on. This cover is pretty much done. You could tell because you can see all the sewing on it kind of come through. Thank you. Patricia. Okay, so it's going to go through like that. Press and leave it on. Press, leave it on. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The Heat and Bond has to cool down before you touch it because it's freaking hot. If for any other reason, then it's hot. Let me get my other piece of parchment paper. Where is it? Where is my other piece of parchment paper? And I don't know where it is. Of course, I don't know where it is. Okay, so let me get this piece of parchment paper off here. Come on, parchment paper. Come on. Okay, I touched it when it was hot, so all the glue's still on here. So let me just take the glue off of here. Like that. Okay. Again, making sure there's no glue. You could feel it. And you just scratch it off. Okay, so let's get this on here. Ooh, hexagons. I don't have that die cut. Or do I? I can't remember now. Maybe I do. That was the look a couple years ago, huh? Everybody was doing hexagons. I remember that trend. I never hopped on. Good idea, Eula. I might do that. That sounds really pretty, actually. So as you can see right now, you can't see the thread, right? But like on this one, you can see the thread. So that's how I know that that part is done. So this looks really, really good, and I can't wait to do the next step. And Eula, that is a great, and you're right, I could do hexagons with my scan and cut. That would be a lot of sewing. Oh, there might be a lot of mistakes too. Might be a lot of mistakes. But that would be beautiful. Like I said, I used to be the thing like 2 years ago. Everybody was on that hexagon train. I remember seeing all these paper pads. I remember wanting to design something like that, but I never could quite do it. But it's just such a pretty look. And not that I couldn't do it. I just didn't get to it before the trend faded out. I just was not that fast, I suppose. Okay, no, I glided it. Don't do that. Don't glide it. I know I did it, but don't do it yourself. Okay, so here is this cover here. And I'm going to take the backing off of it. Come on. Okay, there we go. There we go. So now I'm going to, it has like all this extra glue on here because it kind of stuck to the threads. So I'm going to literally cut the glue off. It'll cut off. Just this nice little glue ribbon there. And if you don't, you don't have to. If you don't, it's just going to stick to your parchment paper. It's just not the worst. It's not the worst. Again, taking off all this glue here. Loving it. Okay. And we basically made this big old cardstock into a big old sticker. So it's all shiny on the back here, and that's the glue. And we're going to use this. And I'm going to need that parchment paper because I don't want to burn this scrap of paper with my iron. I don't know what that's going to do. Make sure there's no glue here. And if there is, then I take it off. Okay. Make sure that this is set good again. Oops, set pretty good. Parchment paper so I don't mess up the... I'm nervous. Let me do it on the other side. I don't know why I feel like I'm going to mess up that gold foil. Even though I didn't do it on this side, but I feel like I will. Just a precaution. There we go. See if this works. It might need a little bit extra time to melt. And I'm using the iron on the highest setting, in case you guys are wondering. Just straight down. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I kind of would want to go all the way around. It would make me want to go all the way around the edge with the straight stitch on the hexagon. That's what it would make me want to do. I wonder if that's actually fusing. Is it fusing? it's gonna need a lot of heat because it's like cardstock on cardstock, and I've never done that before. I usually do tissue paper, but this really called for cardstock. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister right there. Yep, okay, just needed a little bit extra heat. But it is fusing. That's great. Great to know. Great to know. Just got to let the iron just sit there for a little bit extra. Whew! It was making me really nervous, you guys. It was making me nervous. Here's our other one. Yep, let me move the iron. Don't want to leave it on there for too long. It might explode. I'm just kidding. It won't explode. I'm just kidding. It's just a craft, you guys. It won't explode. Okay, so that looks good. So this is going to be a very, very nice cover. It's going to have a couple of them like this, and then I'm going to have like 2 of them, I think, that I have that are like this. So it's going to be a couple of them in this style. Now, I am preparing about 20 junk journals, you guys. So next steps are going to be doing the inside covers and getting the signatures ready. It's a lot of work. So I'm going to release the collection on May 1st. So I have a while to work on it. Let me do this over here. Trying to send another message and can't get it to post. Huh. Interesting. Good night, Suzanne. After we do this, we're pretty much done. We just have to stitch around the edge because those edges are not they're not sewed down at all. Okay, let me make sure that this is all stuck together. Yep. Okay, that all seems to be stuck together very well. It's just an extra step here. I love working on more than one project at a time. Me too. That's why I got 20 of them going, I guess. Let me let this cool down by moving it up and down. I am too impatient to wait. Sorry about that crinkling noise. Okay. That looks so good. I just have to let it flat, let it cool down before I actually, all I'm going to do is sew around the edge. That's the only thing I'm going to do that you guys are not going to get to see, because with the heat and bond, I kind of have to let it cool down till the next day so that it doesn't mess up my sewing machine. But this is pretty solid, you guys. It's almost like a piece of chipboard now. It's really solid. Okay, so let's do this back piece here. Oh, and I didn't get it to, it didn't fuse there on the edge. It's kind of hard to get the little edges done. Okay. Now the glue is wet, so you gotta let it cool down again. Oh, this air feels good. I'm like blowing myself air. I'm fanning myself and cooling this down at the same time, so that's great. Multitasking. Oh, it's hot. Too many words, more ideas next video. Okay, let's peel this off here. So I'm pretty certain it worked. Yep, just peel it off. Got this giant sticker now. And you could use this. This is the back of the heat and bond. I use these parts right here when I have to glue something and I gotta smear the glue out all the way to the edge, you know. These were great. Then you can just baby wipe them down and you can reuse them over and over again. So I definitely wouldn't throw those away. I mean, unless you have a lot of them. But they are very useful. They're still useful that way. Okay, so let me cut the excess glue here. I don't have to. It's just I do. It's just that I do. Let's see here. You could totally just heat this up, and it'll just adhere to your parchment paper. But it still works good. Okay, so here we have this. We're going to put our cardstock piece on it. And I believe this is just a tiny bit shorter because I did have to cut it just a little bit. So here we go. Let's get our piece on here. And I'm just going to use it directly on because last time it kind of wasn't heating it up correctly. So we're just going to do it like this. And again, I have my iron set to the hottest setting. Oh, you had to break up your message, Patricia. I didn't even know they had limits on it, but I guess they do. That is kind of, I don't know if that's changing the color, or if that's just how the paper is. I can't tell. Okay. Good night, baby. I'll be there in a minute. Mwah. Actually, I won't. I have a lot of things to do. Okay, love you. Took a mean-ass nap today. I had a lot of sleep today. I got energy. Woo! Got all this energy. But it's hot. I think it's because of the iron, but I'm a little warm. But it was like 80 degrees today. It's pretty nice. Oh, yeah, this cover is so thick. I was afraid it wasn't going to be thick enough. But, I mean, yeah, right, Daisy. It is. It is extra, extra thick. Which is great. Which is really nice. Again, don't glide. Don't do what I do and glide your iron. Because it'll move it around. So you just want to leave it there and move it around. Pick it up. Move it around. Pick it up. Move it around. Don't glide. Okay, let's see if that worked. It looks good to me. Okay, let's set this aside. And now we're done sewing. We're done with this anyways because it's all done. So I'm going to get this out the way. And out of my harm. Out of harm's way, let's just say that. Okay. So I think, oh, it's still warm. Yeah. So this is what we got to work with. We're going to fold this in half, and this is going to be our junk journal cover. And as well as this other one, it's just a little warm right now. A little too warm for me to handle. So that is what we have done. Made these 2 junk journal covers today. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I decide to go live during the day, I'll let you guys know. But I have to work on the mystery boxes. So probably not. So I'll see you guys more than likely tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And again, thank you guys so much for checking out my channels and for subscribing and for supporting me and my store at TsunamiRose.net. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank April, Jane, Lori, Patricia, Sass, of course, and Eula, Carol, Books by Bethany, Deirdre. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Laura, for hanging out with me. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out, you guys. Have a great day.